everybody, this is Kevin with Inspiring How You See That. We are back with another exploring inspirational segment, and this is a great segment. This is actually a track that's based on the movie Cars, and it's one of the second NASCAR tracks that was opened. So we're going to be talking about that next, so be sure to be watching. All right, so let's get started into this segment, and we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about the pictures and the walkthrough segment at the track at the Occoneechee racetrack here in North Carolina. We're going to put all the links, all the information below that we can, so that way you guys can kind of check it out and take a look at it. Again, this is named after the Occoneechee Indian tribe that was from the 17th and 18th period, and this is actually the front ticket office of the racetrack. So which is really cool here is you'll see the payout was $4,600 back at that time, which was quite a bit. The track started in 1947 and went to 1968, so about 21 years, and I believe the highest payout was like $7,000. So this is the front entrance, and as you walk through the entrance, I'm going to kind of just, do a quick overview of the video that I had taken and just wanted to show you, it was kind of course, that old style steel fencing throughout, and there's so many trees that have grown up in the last, 40 or so years since it's been closed. And these are the actual original grandstands. Now, there was actually more that they had set up, some of the old steel stands too, but these are the concrete stands. And as you see, this was actually based on the movie Cars, and a lot of the segments you'll notice throughout this video, I put in pictures from Cars, and you can see that the stands and some of the, the press box area, it was kind of set up the same way, but not exactly that same way, but kind of a replica of the track itself. And you can see you can still walk up the stairs. There, quite a bit of, areas that are coming apart, so you do have to be careful. That's the original railing. And then as you go up, this is the one of the press boxes. And what's really unfortunate is this is actually a park where you can come in and it's free and you can check it out. So that's why I definitely encourage you, when you are in North Carolina, take a look, walk around. I mean, I spent a good 2.5 hours just walking around this whole track and the whole area. And as you see, there was no trees here and around the area, but now it's full of trees. So that's kind of what it looks like. I'm in the press box here, just kind of showing you what it looked like back at that time. You can see there's a lot of rotted wood area, but as I was saying, what's really disappointing is there's a lot of people that have taken things and items that were there, because there was a lot of even the pop machines, a lot of the things were still there, and the pop coolers and all kinds of stuff was actually used to be there. As you come out of the press box, I just kind of wanted to walk down through and show you from the top aerial view. So as we get down here, you can see that there's a car here, of course, too. That car does still have the engine in it. It's a straight 6 in that. As I said, this is the stands and the standing area, and then the press box wanted to show you. And then again, the front area where everybody would stand. I mean, there was not only the bleachers here in front of them, but they would all stand along this whole area. And where all these trees are here, you'll see in further in the video, I'll show you some of the spectators standing and on the sides of where the racetrack is here. So I'm gonna go down through and walk down the steps and take you onto the track. I'm not gonna go through the whole overall walkthrough of the track, because this segment would be very, very long. I wanted to try to cut this into about a 12-minute video or so. But as you see, this is we would call this, of course, pit row, and now it's a lot different. Here's another one of the cars that are actually there, and I kind of zoomed in on it to show you that somebody did take the engine out. And if you look in the inside, it's all, of course, rotted and everything out. It's been sitting there for years. The transmission's still there. So the car's in pretty rough shape, and I know people have probably taken things off of it. And somebody had edited this picture in from the track and from the original. As you see, these are all the spectators in the fence line that we had, went up on. There's of course some changes as you see within the track over the years. I believe a school had used the middle of the track too for a football field. So they did change some things within it over the years. This is actually the track itself I am walking on. And as you go up, you can see the pitch of the track to actually drift around one of the curves. So this is going into one of the, I believe this would be the second lap of the track. And then as you go around here, then you come up to the third and then the finish line area. So as we're going through, I wanted to show you another picture of kind of what, some of the cars look like when they're racing. These are actual pictures that we're taking during the races at the track. And again, as you can see, there's a lot of forestry change over the years. There's not as many pine trees behind the cars there. So I wanted to kind of just go out over the track and show you how steep the embankment they had created for the turns. And then I did find another car that was off into the woods. There are still a few cars here and there from the track that were of course abandoned, but many of them have been either towed out of there or people have taken them, unfortunately. But there's still some of the cars there, and hopefully maybe throughout the years, maybe they'll get some more donations from other people that have, maybe raced there, or they'll put, some other items there that were originally there. So what's really cool about this track is there's a lot of big names that have raced there. The Flock family was, of course, they won a number of races. I believe they were like the first or second races that they won. And you'll see here again, this is kind of the pit row area, and some fans are up in here. But also too, the Petty family has raced here, and Richard Petty had won several races here. And you can see this is an edited picture of what the track kind of looks like now and what it looked like before, with the spectators, up in the stands or standing on the sidelines, which heck, you can't even do that now at most of the racetracks. This was a cool shot that was actually taken at the racetrack of some of the, one of the cars that I've actually showed you there on one of the turns. And again, here's another picture of some of the fans. And then I just blended it to where somebody had edited it on that turn. And then I kind of reverted back to the area of us coming back up on the grandstands, and then put in the Lightning McQueen. And as you see, they kind of changed. This is just an artwork of Lightning McQueen, but they definitely put a similarity to this, changed the stands, changed a few things, and a few other, things such as when you see them in the pits with Hudson and, the racing. There's, a few things that were changed, but it's still really cool because this was based exactly from the movie Cars. And then, of course, they made, other segments after that to follow the Cars movie line. But you'll see we're going back up throughout the gates, and this is the entry gate area. And you can imagine this is all parking over here. There was no trees there. It was probably all back in here. There's a couple, if you go back further, there's some factory, but you can see here's all the parking. This is where we were at. So in that regards, we hope you enjoy this video segment of the racetrack and the baselines of what it's based after is, of course, the movie Cars. And it's the second NASCAR racetrack. And we'll put all those links. Make sure you do read about it. It's very, very interesting. And if you can get out there, it's really cool, because as you go through, there's an entry point way over here in the woods, and you can actually walk back here in the woods for quite some distance. I actually walked back there myself for a couple hours. But you can walk the whole track. So make sure you do walk the track. Tell us about it. Let us know what you think. Be watching out for more of these exploring segments. And we always like to get these out to you guys because a lot of you really enjoy these. And those of you that can't make it there, like to watch a lot of the video itself on the location. And we love doing that. So we'll see you on the next video.